This video is sponsored by my Fansly. Go to my link tree down in the description below. I'm Salad, and I saw From Dusk Till Dawn. Hold on, let me get a snack real quick. That was nice and satisfying. This movie is directed by Robert Rodriguez, and it's starring Quentin Tarantino, who also wrote this, by the way. He also got Harvey Keitel and George Clooney, a very famous Batman. You'll see the connection shortly. So this movie starts. Oh boy. Is this a start to a movie? They're in a gas station. Who is they? Well, it's a guy. He seems very autistic. Let's say the least. Very autistic. He's kind of out of control. Bullets shooting everywhere. Pow, 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 pow. But there's also another guy. He's much more straight-laced. He's much chiller. He's much like, if you don't do what I'm gonna say, I'm gonna kill you, and also, I will prove that I will kill you. So, you better watch out. They're robbing a gas station right now, / convenience store. It's not until the gas guy, the gas clerk, the gas station convenience clerk, I guess, starts shooting back. Pow! I'm guessing he's the owner because he knows the safe combination, or at least a manager of some sort. Starts shooting back, and that's when Molotov cocktail comes out. Toilet paper set on fire, check. Hey, you, autistic brother, please, will you assist me in shooting those bottles above this guy's head? Yes. Pam, 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 check. It also happens that the place catches on fire, and then they leave, and they escape. Adios, guys. They're having trouble crossing the border. They have to go to some sort of motel, I'd say. Yeah, it's a motel. You also get to meet another family at this motel. The dad of this family, ex-priest, until the mom died. And then he was like, oh, God is no longer my father, rather. I know he exists, but I don't like him that much. Therefore, I disavow. So they're at the motel now, and they have a hostage they've taken. They kidnapped a hostage from the last motel that they were at, and they're taking it to a new motel. Hey, person, you can sit there and be quiet or die. Either choice is up to you. And I love it because she's like, I'm gonna comply with everything. So the sane one leaves. Pam, the autistic one. And I forgot to mention that this one is a little bit, should I say, a little, how do I say this without getting banned / demonetized? He's a little thirsty. That's very lightly putting it. Oh boy. Is he very, very thirsty? And I mean, wow. He's thirsting for that cat juice. Gross. That's so disgusting. Oh boy. Sane one leaves. Autistic one goes on bed, beckons her, she complies. And then we get to see a guy. He comes back. We see his reaction. But you don't see the initial everything. You only see little flashes. It's easy to miss if you're not paying attention. And then it's like, oh, what did he do? Oh, he just had involuntary, well, I guess he volunteered for it. Non-consensual intercourse. That's what I'm gonna pose it as. And also then murdered her afterwards. That's gross. There's just so much that could have been done here. Wow. Leave someone to his own devices for like 2 hours and this is what happens? Wow, that's astounding. the brother has a similar reaction because it's like, hey, what? Why did you do this? You can't just go around killing people just because you want to kill people. Wow. So anyway, it's a pretty interesting premise. But now their hostage is there, is now dead, and they have to leave. However, there's a family. That family we're talking about. They're out about yonder, and the thief guy stops him. George Clooney himself. Wow, I can't believe it. I can't believe it. They stop in amazement at, wow, it's George Clooney. Guys, look, it's him. Not realizing that they're being robbed. They're being taken hostage. Hey, you're gonna take us to Mexico or else. And wow, it's disgusting how the autistic character looks at him. What's his name? Richard? His name might as well be Dick, because he thinks with it. It's quite gross. It's disgusting. The vibes I was getting off of that was just like, ooh, I don't like that. Disgusting. But alas, they go on to the boat, riding along, not boating. They're on a boat. They're riding along. They're at border patrol. You get some little details on each character as they talk about themselves. Questions are asked. Hey, what are you doing? Why are you ex-preacher? Stuff like that. Honestly, just getting more into the character, which I like. They get to the border patrol. He's like, hey, he being the border patrol up to the window of the driver, right? And everyone's hiding in the bathroom except for the son. I absolutely love it because he's like, oh, it's just my son and I. The noise. And he's like, oh, it's my son and I and daughter. And then they go in, and then the daughter's on the toilet. Clearly, she's like, can you leave, please? Please leave. And who doesn't leave? The border guard. He's just like staring at her and just like closing the door, just trying to get one final look. No. Oh no, what did this poor woman get herself into? Wow, that's it was kind of forced upon her. I just feel bad for her. There's also the reason why there isn't a loud bang is because the autistic person's like, you just called me a nut. It's like, well, you are a nut. You're freaking out. Chill out. And then George Clooney just has to give him the good old classic Batman pat, pout. Something that makes him unconscious. Goodbye, sleep. He wakes up. They're in Mexico. And they're going to this bar. Ah, yeah, the bar that from dusk to dawn. And it's dawn. Well, it's dusk. It's about to be dawn by the end of this movie. But we're about like 3/8 of the way into the movie right now. So that's awesome. So they go to the bar. It's called Titty Twisters. I love the name. And who's there? It's a bunch of people. Hey, there's a lot of species of cats that are being for sale. You can get a black cat. You can get a hairless cat. You can get a really furry cat. You can get a not groomed cat. But the cat you cannot get is a clean cat. Pretty much, I'd stay away from this place. I wouldn't be here. But this is the meeting location. Too bad, well, I wouldn't say bad guys. Except for that they did take someone hostage, but you know what? I'm starting to warm up to George Clooney's character. He's taking these people hostage for a reason, and he has to meet up with the guy here. And they go in. No, everything's all handy dandy. There's a really seductress woman. Ooh, is she so seductress. She spends a lot of extra time dancing right above the autistic man. Pouring that feet. Whiskey. Pour it down the leg. Yum, yum. I just love the alcohol. I guess the alcohol would kind of disinfect any grossness on the feet. But you know what? It's whatever. It's supposed to be hot. I don't get it, but it's supposed to be hot. Now we get to see The best moment of all. And everything is nice and distracted. And it's like, ah, yes. This is a nice bar. I kind of want to be at a bar like this. We got Salma Hayek is here. She's dancing the night away. And then, she's not actually Salma Hayek. She's a vampire. She's vampire. Bite, on chomp onto the autistic man. Chomp. Nyah. I'm gonna eat you. Eat, yum, 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 tum, tum, tum. Yum, 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 the tum, tum, tummy. He dies right here. In order to properly preserve his death, I gotta say, I don't think it was just autistic. I think it was a little, at least delusional. Because in the hotel scene where they do meet the guys before they rob them of the mobile truck and they have them come along, the family, the lady comes in, the daughter, and he imagined her asking, it's like, hey, would you sometime want to eat me? And she did not say it at all. And I'm like, oh no, you're making stuff up and then acting on the stuff that you made up in your head? No! So sad. So yeah, she's a little bit delusional too, so not to give a bad name on autistics. Autistics, at least most of them, wouldn't murder, death, kill people for no reason. Or at least I wouldn't. Everyone, at this point, the entire bar, chaos just breaks loose. Everyone's chomping on each other's neck. Chomp, chomp, eat, yummy, tasty flesh, blood, essence. I want some blood now, but I already had some. There's a bunch of wooden stakes. There's a few human characters. They're staking each other. They got a bunch of wooden tables. And I'm guessing the vampires didn't really think this far ahead because, well, their weakness is stakes, and they get staked in the heart, and then they die, and they dissolve, and also breaking a chandelier also kills them, and some shotgun to the heart also kills them. Just anything to the heart kills them. Even like a pencil stab, bleh. Like, there's a moment where someone literally rips out one of the vampire's heart, and the vampire is still there. He's just like on the floor, and he's like struggling. And this person is holding his heart, and the vampire is still alive. Take a pencil to it, stab it, ka-chow. Now you got a dead vampire. Now that you got a dead vampire, what are you gonna do with it? Nothing. It dissolves. You can't use it for anything. That sucks. So you get a bunch of dead vampires. They're all in this hallway. They're all cornered in a hallway. A bunch of people get bit. George Clooney almost gets bit. The younger brother gets bit. The dad gets bit. The dad gets bit before the kid does. And they're in this cavern area. He's like, if you see me turn, you gotta kill me. And of course, everyone's hesitant. The rest of the kids are. And look what happens when he turns. He is dead. Begone. The sister saves the day because she shoots at like some balloon which pops everything and explodes everything and also kills the brother. So she's even more hardcore. I was like seeing a progression from like not being able to kill a vampire to like when it finally turned she was able to. Now she's just like pow pow stab, pow 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 stab. I love it. So yeah, there's a lot of scary vampires. Wow, they're scary. Also, there's so much goo everywhere. Spray. There's spraying everywhere. It's like raining goo. Green blood. It seems a little gross. But yeah, I love it. They're in a circle. It's the daughter with the guy, George Clooney. And this is when I realized his name was Seth. Because she says, Seth, like, protect me, Seth. don't let me die, Seth. And I'm like, oh, that's his name, Seth. Okay, that makes sense. They're back to back. They're killing off the vampires. They're shooting the holes. And guess what time it is? It's dawn. That means there's some light. Vampires do not like light. Instead, they're going to burn up. I love it. Then the door opens. These guys. There are just these 3 guys. Them 2 run out because, wow, there are a lot of vampires and they're all dying. And I just love the visual shot composition of the burning building behind George Clooney and the girl. So this guy is actually the trade guy who was supposed to make a trade with. He's like, hey, have you been to this bar before? He's like, no, I just kind of thought it looked interesting, you know, it's away from police. It's open from dusk till dawn because you wanted to meet up early in the morning. He's like, my brother is dead and that girl's whole entire family is dead. You're gonna give me a higher cut of the money. And of course, he tries to negotiate, hey, no original cut. It's like, hey, come on now. Why you gotta be like this? And he eventually negotiates him up to like 25%, which is only a 5% decrease. Decrease in profit for the trade guy, which is still a win because you got 5% off. That's cool. It's like, well, those people just killed this family. It's like, were they insane? It's like, no, they were vampires. Insane people don't just combust in the flames when they're exposed to sunlight. And he's like, okay. Okay, well, he's like, the guy's not phased at all. So it's like, vampires are just a normal thing in this universe now. And it's like, oh boy, this is quite insane. Wow. And then the movie ends, the daughter is like, hey, I want to be with y'all. And George Clooney's like, no, you do not want to join us on this journey. Bye-bye. They ride off, and then she's supposed to have the camper now. And that's how the movie ends. And I'm like, wow, this is a action-packed thrill ride. I love the autistic, delusional one. And by love, I mean he's the worst character ever, and I love that he exists. Quentin Tarantino does a great job of portraying this character who is the worst person ever. And when he dies, I felt no remorse because I was like, well, he's kind of the worst, but at the same time, I see why Seth really loves this character because he's a brother, you know? Even if your brother is the worst person ever, you still love your brother. So I get it. I understand. It's just, oh boy, there's a lot of explosions. I like seeing the different visual effects of them all dissolving, which is expected from '96 when this movie came out. But, you know, it was still fun. It reminded me a lot of, like, schlock 80s horror done in '96, which is fun. I like it. I really liked this film, and so I gotta give this film a solid 8.9 out of 10. If you like that content, I have more content on patreon.com/ASEpresents. For $3 a month, you get a daily vlog plus some extended mint salad saws. For $20 a month, you get to request a movie review. For 1 month equals 1 request. So go to patreon.com/ASEpresents. Also, if you'd like to see me pose in this or not in this, wink! Go check out my Fansly at fansly.com/itsmintsalad or link down in the link tree below. Until next time on Mint Salad Saw, I'll see y'all later, my salad croutons and bacon bits.